All right, so I want to talk about the truth of trading right now because for at least 4 years now, I've had people message me like, "Yo, I want to get into trading. How do I do it?" And everyone tries to get into it, and they all think they're going to make money. And the trading, this whole mystery and amazement around trading is all total bullshit. That's what I've come to understand after 6 years of being surrounded by it, meeting heaps of people, meeting like maybe 3 profitable traders in total, learning everything that they've taught me, trying to trade myself, trying for years, getting to a point where I was like, no, this is just not worth it. And learning firsthand why I even tried to pursue it in the first place, why it didn't work for me, and why it doesn't work for like 99% of people. And a lot of you watching this in this part of the course is all about figuring out a strategy. A lot of you watching this are going to think to yourself like, okay, I want to like get into trading. I want to do day trading or swing trading or whatever it is. That's how you want to make your money. Because a lot of you think it's fast money. You think you can get rich from trading. Like a lot of you think that it's a faster way to get rich than in like long-term investing, for example. You think that it is more fun, maybe. It's you can get rich faster because you can use leverage, which gives you more money. Like all these prop firms, they sell you this dream of like, hey, you can get funded with $100,000 in capital, but what you don't realize is how it actually works behind the scenes, and it's all a facade. But we'll cover all of this in the video. I basically just want to give you every cold, hard truth that I've learned about trading with 6 years in the markets. And once you've seen all of these truths, afterwards you can decide if profitable trading is the path that you want to take. Because for some people, it makes sense, as in like 1 in 1,000 people, but for everyone else it doesn't. So the harsh truth number 1 is that 99.9% of traders fail. So when I say 99.9% fail, I don't mean they all lose money, but I mean for every hour that they put in and what they get out of that, 1,000 hours, 5,000 hours, they didn't get out enough to justify the pursuit. So yeah, maybe you did trading for 5 years, you made $100,000, but you just put in, let's say, 3,000 hours. What's your hourly rate? Not very good, right? It wasn't worth it. It wasn't justified. Yeah, sure, maybe not 99, maybe 10% of traders they stop playing before they lose money, right? Maybe 10% make money, but only 0.01% actually make enough to justify that they tried in the first place. So you have a 99.9% failure rate, right? Because the whole idea of trading is you do it to get rich. Well, 99.9% fail. So when you're trying to decide what to do in life, what I usually like to do is I like to think, what's the chance of this working out? Like, how many universes would this fail in, right? If there was 100,000 universes where I existed, and I could measure how many I succeeded in, how many I failed in. How many did I succeed and fail in? I would like to raise that amount as much as possible because that's allowing you to have the highest chance of winning, right? So whenever I go into a new business venture, for example, this is something a little bit off topic, but it's useful. I think to myself, okay, what are the chances that I make money from this thing? And I try to think it out loud. Okay, well, if I post 10 videos a week and I can make this funnel and I can give this offer and I just copy what is already working and it's in a growing industry and I have an edge because I have a large interest in the topics that I'm making the videos on, and I can easily hire people to do it and I can outsource it for cheap and blah, 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 blah. Okay, I have a very high chance of making this work, right? In that example, I'd go, okay, let's give it a go. But if I think about something I want to do and I'm like, fuck, what's the chance of me making this work? Oh, it's pretty low. There's not many universes where I figure this one out. Okay, maybe I'll avoid this one and find something with a higher chance. Because that's a really important part of being successful. It's like thinking about what path, what business, what strategy has the highest chance of winning, right? And you should be trying to maximize for the highest probability outcomes. If you know that you can get rich from investing, and there's a very high chance of doing so, and you know that trading is almost guaranteed to fail, it doesn't really make sense to try to trade, right? There's only maybe 1 out of 100,000 universes where you figure out how to be profitable in trading enough to make millions. That's just how I look at it, at least. So Yeah, number 2. So trading is actually the hardest way to make money in existence. If I was to line up a list on 100 pieces of paper of every listed way to make money, trading is the hardest one. There's no harder way to make money than trading. It's actually fucked. That's just how it works. It's just that hard. Why is it hard? Well, how many groups of 1,000 people have tried something and only one have made it work? How many ways to make money have 999 out of 1,000 people failed at? Right? Well, there's not many. You know, how many people become successful in business? Well, probably maybe a few percent. But that's okay, because at least that's a lot better ratio than this. And also, most people who try to do something were never going to make it work anyway. So that's something you also have to consider as well. But you just have to like think about it like trading is the hardest way to make money in existence. I can't think of any other way someone has tried to make money and so many people have failed at. Like there's no other way to make money that has such a high failure rate. It just doesn't exist. It's so difficult. Why is it also difficult? Well, you have to consider who you're up against, right? You have to, when you try to make money as a business owner, right? I genuinely believe that competition in the business space, at least to make a 50, 100K a month, is really not that bad. Like, I have a 7-figure business, right? And I also have tried to make money trading. I guarantee to you the competition in the trading market is 1 million times more competitive than the competition to build a business. It's really not that hard to make money in a business, and there's really not that much competition. Like, there's actually a pretty high chance that you can make money from business if you just keep doing it for 5 years. Trading, it's just so fucking competitive. You've got teams of 20 plus professional traders. You've got traders with decades of experience who've seen everything that could possibly happen. You've got robots who never make mistakes. They have no emotions. You've got market makers who manipulate the price and they try to shake you out of positions. You've got the whales who are going to bait you into getting stopped out. The problem with trading is it's winner takes all. In business, it's hard for you to cover everything. But in markets, generally it's winner takes all. It's the top 1% take everything and no one else makes anything, right? In trading, it's 1% of traders make everything and 99% of traders lose. In business, different story. You can make a small business make you 50K a month and you're a small fish and you now have total financial freedom and you have very minimal competition, right? I'm just a 23-year-old fucking dude who makes all this money from a business, right? It's really not that hard, right? Because the competition is just way lower. It's not winner takes all in my industry. There's room for me to fill in terms of business, right? My competitors can't possibly target every single segment of every target market for my business that I run, for my businesses that I run. They can't possibly sell every customer. But in trading, everyone's focused on the same order book. You're all up against the same traders. You can take as much money as your system allows you to scale to. You can scale to take everyone's money way quicker in trading than you can in business. So that's why it's so competitive, because winner takes all. Winner takes all in trading, not in business. And you have to think about it, right? If this is who you're versing, and your name is David, you're from Nebraska, you're 45, you've got 2 kids, you've never achieved anything in life, you're fucking like just useless, basically. The only thing you've basically become good at is in primary school you were the champion cricket player, and then you finished a university degree and you became the top guy at your sales job. Why would you be able to beat these people? Because they take everything. Winner takes all. So why are you, some random fucking dude, going to make money? You're not. You're just not going to. So, as well as this, to be profitable, you have to experience a full market cycle. Let me show you the chart now. All right. In markets, right, you have different stages. You have the bullish phase, you have the bearish phase, and you have the sideways phase. In each phase of the market cycle, the lower time frame trading price action is very different. The price action you experience here is much more about momentum. It's much more about trend tracking. When you're going sideways, it's much more about ranges and buying low, selling high. Here it's about buying high, selling higher, right? Very different trading style. Here it's about shorting. Here it's about longing. You want to long in a bull run, you want to short in a bear market, right? In a here you want to do momentum trading. Here you want to do more like support and resistance trading, right? This is a very different sort of style of trading depending on where you are in the market. So if you have only, let's say, let's move this away. Let's say you got into the market here, right? And you've experienced, and let's say this is the current day, right? Let's say this is the current day. All you've seen from here to here is down price action. That's all you know as a trader. You've never experienced this. So how are you going to know how that works? You can obviously look in advance and you can try to like guess it, but you're never going to know actually for sure when this is going to happen. And you're never going to know how to properly act because you've never seen it firsthand. Trading is a pursuit that can only be done when you've experienced everything firsthand. You cannot experience a lesson from learning it from someone else and expect to avoid that mistake. Every mistake must be made from first-hand experience in trading. You cannot skip you can't skip the queue. You have to get liquidated here, lose all your money, and then realize, oh my god, okay, well I need to now not short when we're in a bull market. I need to understand when we're very much in a momentum phase where you don't get pullbacks. I need to not short resistance if I'm seeing underlying strength, blah, 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 blah. You only learn that from experiencing it firsthand, right? So this is what I mean. If you are trying to make money consistently profitably in trading, you have to know what to do in each stage of the market cycle. You have to have experienced this, in order for you to know how to trade when you see it into the future, right? For example, right now, what's the market going to do? How are you going to play this trade? Well, if you have experienced this part of the market before, you know what to do. But if you haven't, well, what are you going to do? What if we pump from here? What if we do this? And you shorted here because it looked weak, but you didn't realize we're in a bull market. Well, you didn't learn that lesson, did you? Because maybe you haven't experienced this part of the market cycle yet. So this is why this lesson is important. You think you can get into trading and make money in your first year. No, you're not going to make anything because you haven't learnt what to do here, here, here. All you've experienced is this. You've only experienced the bull run. You haven't experienced the bear market. You're not going to make money in your first fucking year trading. You're going to have to experience probably close to a full market cycle, pay a university tuition fee in the form of lost time and lost money, and then and only then you can maybe become profitable. All right, next point. There is no part-time profitable trader. You either dedicate your life to it or you avoid it completely. So I would say probably 3 profitable traders that I can genuinely confirm these guys make money, that I've seen the P&L of. All of them make money trading because they have dedicated their life to trading. So when you dedicate your life to trading, this is what it's going to look like. Hobby, trading. Spare time, trading. At the gym, thinking about trading. With girlfriend, looking at charts. At work, looking at charts. Sleep, dreaming about charts. At a party, want to leave and go trading. Friends, you want to talk about trading. This is what your life looks like as a profitable trader. You think that you can have running businesses, investing, hobbies, a normal life, and you can also just come to the market and trade on the side and make money. You are just naive and clueless. You don't know what you're talking about. That's not possible. This is your life. This right here is what your life will look like when you become profitable at trading. This is what every profitable trader's life looks like. This is exactly what it looks like. I've spoken to 3 profitable traders. Each one of them live this life. This is their life. You understand? I hope you really understand, whoever's watching this. This is their fucking genuine life. I'm repeating this so many times because I'm trying to fucking nail this in your head. If you don't like the idea of this life, then don't try to fucking trade, because